Hey everybody, it's me Audrey. I'm back again with another video. I pray that you guys are all having a wonderful, wonderful Thursday. Um, so I want to talk about perfectionism, trying to be perfect. Do you struggle with perfectionism? Perfection? Trying to be perfect? I know I do. And one thing that I'm learning is, especially being a wife and a mother, and not just a mother of one child, not just a mother of two, but a mother of three children, that perfectionism kind of dies down. It is thrown out the window. And I say that because we as moms, we want things to go just right. You know, we want to make sure that the kids are um, behaving perfectly. We want to make sure that the kids are getting along and not fighting. We want to make sure that the kids have a routine of some sort, or some sort of structure in their lives. We want to make sure that they eat 3 meals a day, they brush their teeth twice a day, they have um, plenty of things to do and keep them busy and things like that. And so, but I have to say, I'm not that mom. Like I'm really not. I'm not that mom. Like with my first child, I was on edge all the time, right? I'm a first time mom. I don't know what to expect. And so I was trying to do everything so perfectly. Um and for me, like I had a I had problem breastfeeding. So I only lasted for like maybe 4 weeks, maybe a month, for my each of my kids actually. But I just remember feeling bad about that because I thought that, if I was this great mother, my body would be able to feed my child. And so I would be down and beat myself up about that for a long time. Like, man, I can't even feed my own child. Like, what kind of mom am I? You go through all of this comparing, and, social media doesn't help. And when you are looking at other people and other moms and how they are able to feed their children, and they do this and they do that with their children, and everything looks so perfect, and then you start comparing yourself to them, and it's just not a good thing. Like, it when you compare yourself to others, it brings depression because you have this false belief that your life is supposed to be like theirs, not realizing that you are your own person and that you are different for a reason, that you're not supposed to be like everybody else, and everybody's story is not the same. And so it took me a while to actually get comfortable in that, and understanding and knowing that my body, um it's just not for me. Breastfeeding is just not for me. And so um I put that baby on formula, and everything was smooth sailing. I was, in fact, more anxious and just really having a hard time because I felt like when I was trying to feed him, he was not getting enough. And he could clearly see it. He would cry a lot and fuss and everything. And so I was like, why am I doing this to myself? Put the baby on that formula, okay? And I put him on that formula, and my life became easier. And but the thing is, I did try with each child, though. I tried to give them at least um, a month of breast milk. I tried pumping; it just didn't work. And maybe that's because I have some sort of health issue going on there. I never really got tested, but I just assumed that there was just something wrong. And so I tried the lactation specialist. I talked with them. They would call me once a week after I had the baby to see how everything was going. I would tell them what was going on. But eventually, I was like, this is causing me more stress. So let me just take this stress off and give this baby some formula. I did that. My life was a lot better. I was less stressed out. Kid And I'm like, my kid's fine. He's growing. He's healthy, and no concerns, no weight concerns. But so I just realized that I have to, sometimes you just have to let go of trying to be perfect, because you're going to wear yourself out. We're not perfect people. We're never going to be perfect until we leave this earth. And so we try so hard to have this life of perfection, not realizing that we're stressing ourselves out. We're stressing ourselves out. Even now, like, I have to stop myself, because now I have 3 children, 6 and under. And even still, I have to catch myself, because when I'm around the house, I want to make sure that the house is cleaned up. The kids, when you have 3 kids, it gets messy. It gets crazy. Okay. And they're running and they're playing, and even the youngest is running now. Like, he's 15 months old, and he's running around throwing balls and wrestling with the oldest boy. I have 2 boys and 1 girl, and the girl is right in the middle, and she's 3. So she gets down there and she wrestles with them too. So, and I have to stop myself, because it's like I'm constantly picking up behind them, and I want, the table to be spotless. I want the dishes to be cleaned up. I don't want all these toys on the floor and all that kind of stuff. And so I realized that I'm stressing myself out. I am spending more time cleaning. I realize I've been spending more time cleaning than I have been spending time with them. Like, get on the floor and get down dirty with them. Like, wrestle with them. Read to them, do all these things, which I do. I do those things, but I feel like I'm not doing it enough, because I'm so focused on keeping everything so perfect around the house. But I'm just saying that, sometimes it's good to just let go and let things be the way they are, and just go with the flow. Not to say don't have any structure, not to have a routine, but just don't beat yourself up when things don't go the way you want them to go, because that's life. Not everything is going to be the way that you want it to be. It's not going to go the way that you want it to go. Okay? That is life. And we have to learn how to accept that, and to move forward, to embrace what it is, call it what it is, and to move forward. You're going to continue to live. You're going to continue to grow always. As long as you're alive, you're going to be growing. You're going to be learning. You're going to be a student of life. I'm a student of life. And so at this point in my life, I'm learning that when I see all these toys on the floor after I've asked the kids 5 times to clean up, which they've done it 5 times already, and here we are in the 6th time, and I'm like, I just look at it and I just go about my business, and I find something else important that I need to do, learning how to prioritize my time and things like that. And so, and maybe realize that maybe it's best to wait at the end of the night to do all the cleaning once they're in bed. So I'm learning a lot, and I'm enjoying a lot, and I'm learning a lot. And I'm just learning to breathe. I'm learning to breathe and not take everything so serious, and just take in this moment and this time while my children are really little, and enjoying them, enjoying their company, and making memories. So yeah, so I just wanted to share that, with this is my experience with perfectionism. You know what that looks like for you. You know what you've always tried to be perfect and control everything. And I'm just learning to relinquish that control. There are some things that I don't and won't have control over, and I just have to learn to live with that and be okay with that. I think about, now that I have 3 children, there are some things I was so adamant about with my first that I'm not so adamant about anymore, because it's like, look, it is what it is. They're going to be fine. As long as no one's killing each other or choking each other out, they're good. When the kid would fall, like when my oldest would fall, I'd be, oh my goodness, and cry my eyeballs out. Oh, he's hurt. Not anymore. I'm like, boy, just get up. Hey, are you good? Are you bleeding? You're not bleeding, right? Okay, you good. Get up. So there's some things that you just learn how to let go of and not take it so serious. And you just realize that this comes with time. And the things that you thought were really important really aren't, And I'm in this season of learning that now, which I'm very thankful for, because I can learn to breathe. I don't have to, I sometimes I just let those dishes pile up at the end of the day and tackle them at the end of the day. Take that time to get on the floor and play with your child. Take that time to read them a book. Take that time to listen to them. Listen to them, ask them questions about themselves, ask them questions about what their likes and dislikes are, and take the time to listen to them. If they want to come to you and tell you a story, or if your child wants you to hold them in that moment, pick them up and hold them, But now I'm like trying to juggle all three of them. When I hold one, I got to hold the other two as well, because they all come, because they're jealous of each other, of my attention that I give them with each of them. And so, but I take that in stride, and I'm very proud of that, to know that my kids enjoy being with me and they want me to be around, and I want to be around them too. And so, but this journey of motherhood and being home with my kids is definitely different. Like I said before in a previous video, this is not something that I thought I would be doing. But God is giving me the grace for this calling in my life, in this season of my life. There are good days, there are bad days. It's like in life, period. No matter what we're doing, there are good days and there are bad days. There are days that we struggle more than others, but God gives us the grace to get through them. And we learn something along the way. So, stop trying to be so perfect. Give yourself a break. Give yourself some grace, and allow God to just restore you and give you the peace that you need to continue on with another day's journey. Okay, so that's all I wanted to share with you, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And I want it to be known that I do love to talk about the Lord and talk about the Bible and things like that. But I'm also a wife and a mother, and sometimes from time to time I may talk about wife things. I might talk about mommy things, or So this is my life, and hopefully either way you are encouraged, because God will always be the center of whatever I do. So I pray that you receive something from this. Okay, all right. Until next time. You have a good day.